What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I wanted to show you guys a couple of the new products that I got from my Beautylish gift card event, but I also wanted to just kind of update you guys on what's going on with me. I hope this update, while it was quick, I hope it was very informative and just letting you guys know what was happening, and that hopefully it won't be happening again this month. This month is going off to a great start, so hopefully it continues to go that way. And if you're interested in seeing how I created this look with the makeup, some of the new items that I have picked up recently, just keep watching. Alrighty guys, so I decided today what I wanted to do is show you guys some of the new makeup that I've been getting in. I tried to do as much of my base as I could without you guys needing to really be here, because like there's certain things you guys just don't need to see. So I already have my foundation, my concealer. I already set my concealer, and today I used my Becca Pink Haze. I also set pretty much the rest, like my lower half of my face, with this as well, which is just foundation. And I did go ahead and put on my Danessa Myricks contour, cream contour in deep 1. So that's what you see. It is not set currently. It is very close to my skin tone, specifically my foundation shade, and this Becca Pink Haze has definitely lightened up not only my concealed area but also just my foundation shade as well. So we'll see how I like this around everywhere on my face, but I just wanted to set the parts that really needed to be set. Now what I think I'm gonna do is actually go into, so I have two things I could do. I could keep working on getting my opinions on the Wayne Goss Copper, Deep Copper. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I've been using this on and off a little bit, trying to get my opinions, and I kind of want to get my full thoughts on that. So this has two different shades. This one is the contour shade, this is the bronzer shade, this is the darkest shade that they have available. And I decided with this palette I wanted to play with it with my Sonia G Sculpt 1. So what I'm gonna do is take the cooler toned one, and I'm just gonna put that on the very tip of my brush, and I'm gonna apply it like a contour because that's what it's meant to do. And like I said, I have that Danessa Myricks down, and that's supposed to be a contour as well. So it's gonna really just set that part of the area. And then what I'm gonna do is apply on the top of it, of this brush, I'm gonna apply the actual bronzer shade and just kind of set the rest of that contour, cream contour that I have from Danessa Myricks. So I've been playing around with this Wayne Goss duo, and like I said, this is the darkest shade. I don't know, my thoughts are very hazy. I think I might change my brush with this product. It might be the brush, because there are definitely some bronzers that I just feel like certain brushes really you get the most out of them. I just am not convinced that I really like this bronzer. I'm really not. I like the idea of it, but I just don't think I like the application. I even think I like the finish of it. Like the finish is a nice, like natural, like skin-like finish. I really like the finish. I just don't think I like the shade all that much. I don't know. I really like the finish though. You cannot tell me this finish is not skin-like. And I mean, you'd have difficulty finding where it starts and where it belongs. Like, I really like this finish, but I don't think I like the shade. I think I would want a darker and warmer toned shade, whereas these are like more like natural tone bronzer, which, if you know me, I don't really do natural tone bronzers. I do bronzers that is out and about. I have another bronzer, but we're gonna leave that for another day. And I have a couple of different blushes, but I think today I know what blush I'm gonna use. Let me throw on my old highlighter. I'm just gonna use my KVD Vegan, I don't know what the name is, the KVD, the Metal Crush highlighter palette, and I'm just gonna work in, what is the shade? Gamma Ray, which is the orange one, I think. And I'm just gonna apply that. I like to apply this down before my blush, so we're just going to put her down really quickly. I'm really excited for this blush. Literally, I swatched it yesterday, and after I swatched it, I bought another shade from the VIB sale. Oh, that cart wasn't as bad as it could have been, which is good. It'll allow me to redistribute some of the money that I budgeted for it, because some other avenues of my life I went a little above and beyond this month, so we'll see where that goes. But the new thing is my ColorFix from Danessa Myricks. I got this in the matte finish and it's in the shade Rustic. I am insanely excited for this. How am I going to apply it though? I think we're gonna try this brush. We're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so like I said, this is in the shade Rustic, and I put this on my hand last night, and one, I loved that it really did dry to a matte finish, but the shade was the thing that I was like, oh dear God, this is for me. And I'm loving the shade on my complexion as well, and I think this is a really good brush too. Do I have the right amount on both sides? If you're wondering what brush this is from Peach and Pearl, and this is a collaboration brush that they did with Andrea Renee. I'm not a huge fan of the brand, but they are a black-owned brand. I think they're UK based, if I remember correctly. But I bought this years ago at this point. Let's see. So in person, this is a very natural toned blush, and I think even on camera, you really can't see it too bad. So I personally would probably build this up, if I'm being honest. But I love the finish. I love how it hasn't messed with any of the products that I had under, and I love that this is going to dry down matte. So I think I'm just gonna add one more layer, just so that it can just be my type of impactful blush, because you guys know I love an impactful blush, especially because like the bronzer isn't all that impactful today. I think we're just gonna go above and beyond on blush today. Ooh, yes, now you can see it in my camera. And don't worry, I will put some powder over this so it's not as obnoxious, but I really wanted you guys to see the color, although I think this color is beautiful and I don't think it's too bad. Do you? So yeah, I really like this type of brush. I really like this formula. And like I said, I don't think that it is really messed with any of the product under, except for right here. There's a little bit of where I think it pulled up some of the highlighter. Just a little bit. Maybe let me take my highlighter brush and just kind of go a little bit over that, just to kind of cover that up. But I love this color. I think this color is perfectly up my alley, and honestly I think it's beautiful for this time of year. Once again, this is the matte finish of the ColorFix from Danessa Myricks in Rustic, and I got this from Beautylish. All of the stuff that I'm wearing today is actually from Beautylish, so really happy about that. Now what I'm gonna do is just do my lips. I'm gonna prime my eyes, and we're just gonna go ahead and jump into my ABH palette. I want to give this palette one more shot, and if I don't like it still, I am just gonna go ahead and declutter it. But the reason I'm gonna stay on just to show you guys all of this is because I want to give you guys a little bit of an update about what's going on with me and what happened in March. So I will be back in a second. Stay tuned if you're interested. Alrighty guys, so eyes are primed, and I'm just gonna play with this palette. Like I said, I just want to give it one last shot because I'm kind of over it, and I also have shades from other palettes that like if this palette's gonna keep acting stupid, I can use those. So what happened last month? Last month I had quite a few things happen. One, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to get an appointment to get my COVID shot, and as of this morning I just got my second COVID shot, so I'm very, very happy about that. Also, I got into a car accident, and this was pretty significant for me. I was thankfully not injured, and I thankfully was able to drive away from the accident location, but my car was super old. So my car I've had since I was in high school, junior year of high school. So dear Lord, has it been some years. And that car, because it's so old, unfortunately, the amount of damage that had to be repaired and just the worth of the car, it was not worth it for my insurance to fix that particular car. So I had to deal with scrapping the car. I had to get everything out of the car, and I had to, you know, get a rental because I still had to go to work. I still had to do errands and like live. And then I also had to car shop. So this was my first car shopping experience, and honestly it was just annoying. It was so annoying because unfortunately with COVID, the particular car that I want is, one, very popular, and with COVID, the car dealer is not getting the shipment that they may have otherwise been getting. So it was very hard for me to get the particular car that I wanted with all of the additional features that I wanted in a timely manner. So that was like, it was a whole thing that I would have rather skipped, if we're going to be honest about it. But at the end I had to make some concessions about, like, you know, would I rather have the safety feature instead of having a particular shade of color on the exterior, and was the interior more important to me? So I bought my first car. Was it expensive? But I am very, very happy. I'm still learning a lot about this car. There's still a lot of features that I just am not used to. Like I said, my car is old. So I've had that car. My old car was my very first one, and I had it since high school. So I had it for 11 years. So that just dated me right there. So that car is old. It was so old, and the features were so old that, like, certain things that at that time you had to buy to get like those special features, and nowadays cars, it automatically comes in these cars. So it took a lot of me to like get to used to this car, and I still am, and like hopefully I get used to it sooner than later. But I really do appreciate the car, and I really appreciate the fact that I had so much guidance in purchasing the car. I think that it's so hard now, if you're actually going to get it from a dealer, to just know what to accept from a dealer and what you don't need to accept. Like, so I decided like I didn't need to accept the dealer's refinancing because thankfully my insurance was willing to finance this car for me with a better APR. Whereas the dealer, that's really where they make their money. If you can finance through like your own bank, I promise you 9 times out of 10 it's going to be better than what the dealer's pricing is going to give you. I also realized that like I don't need any special like they were trying to give me like special warranties and stuff. I don't need those. If it's a new car, why would I need a warranty? You know, like the car should be good to go unless it's a lemon, you know? So I'm just really thankful of all the people who were able to advise me on the car purchase. And thankfully I am still working full-time, and I still, you know, have those paychecks coming in, so I won't hopefully have to worry about this car note for too long. But that is kind of my main focus. So even though, yes, you're going to see me picking up makeup here and there, that is my main focus. And I am still putting money towards my student loans. While I'm doing that, I'm trying to be smart and strategic when it comes to my student loans. And in that instance, what I'm doing is I'm actually paying off. So I just actually ended up paying off all of the interest that I accrued just naturally while they were accruing interest. And so that now what I'm going to do is it's going to be easier for me to just pay off the actual loan. Because the thing that I think a lot of people notice is like, if you're paying off your student loans, it may say, you know, you have $2,000 on this particular loan, but you may have like $100 in interest. So if you pay, let's say $2,000, you're not actually going to pay off the full loan, because they're going to pay off the interest in addition to the principal as well. So that's something that I've just learned slowly, but I have learned recently, is like all of these important life decisions and important life lessons. I've really learned them, and I've really appreciated learning them, whether it was in a timely manner or slowly. I'm still happy that I did learn them. Ooh, I really like this look. The yellow and the okay. So yeah, those are like the big things. It was so stressful, honestly, going back and forth with the dealers and like trying to haggle a good price, trying to haggle everything. It's just, oh, if you haven't done it, honestly, don't. It's so stressful. I promise you, you're not going to want to deal with it. It was so stressful. But like I said, I'm happy that I had the guidance that I did and that I made the decision that I made. I am very happy with my car, and hopefully, like I said, I can get through that purchase quickly, so that that debt that I have now accrued won't be hanging over my head for too long. Because like I said, I am still trying to be either debt-free or as close to being debt-free by the end of 2021. I'm still on the road. Like I said, I'm paying off things, and I feel good about where I'm at overall with this debt-free journey. But I'm also not stressing, right? So I think I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but Dave Ramsey, his thing is like, live off of nothing, get rid of your debt, and then you can do whatever you want with your cash, basically. And I understand why, I truly do, but that is just not something that I just want to have a good way of life, you know? So even if it takes me more time to get through this debt, I'm okay with it. And thankfully, like I said, I've been saying I'm in a position that I've been able to do that. And honestly, if I was not in this position, having to buy a whole nother car, like I wouldn't have been able to get a car that I know will last me another, decade plus. So always thankful for where I'm at and how far I'm able to go. But who child, last month with that car, it was just so stressful because I really did not think I would have to get a brand new car, because the damage, it just did not look like that much damage. But I guess when you have to basically get rid of the door and like do all of this and that, and unfortunately we're still trying to figure out whose insurance is actually gonna pay for it, which, if you get into an accident, right, and you know it's your fault, can you just like be the better person and just take fault? Just this back and forth madness is just, it's for the birds. It really is for the whole birds. So hopefully that is handled in a timely manner, because I just want that off of my plate. I've also been dealing with quite a bit, just trying to get into the career that I want to get into, and I had to do some medical appointments to kind of prove that I don't have certain medical conditions and all of this. So I just had a lot going on last month, and honestly, YouTube was the least of my concerns. I tried to upload as much as I could, but like, sometimes life comes first, So not many people really asked where I was. Thankfully, I guess I posted enough that you guys knew I was still here. I was still trying to post. It wasn't like last time where I had people messaging me like, are you still going to do YouTube? I'm still enjoying it, and I'm still gonna do it, you know, as long as I can. But yeah, I definitely had to step back with all of that crap going on. It was just too much to have to deal with that and then try and pretend to be happy putting on makeup. Like, it just wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't. But anyways, this look is coming out rather interesting. I'm liking it. All right, so lower lash line, I think what I'm gonna do is just take the main shade that I put on my crease, which was C4, and I think I'm gonna just put that along my lower lash line. And as always, I'm just gonna go into the brush that had the yellow and just blend all of this out with that yellow. And honestly, the yellow is basically gone in my crease. My whole transition shade is basically gone, which shows me that that is not a good yellow, but it's not something that I didn't know, if we're being honest. Yeah, I'm liking this. I really am. Inner corner. Let's figure out what I want to do. Oops, I think I want to do a matte inner corner. I think I do. So I am going to get some of my MAC paint pot and put that in my inner corners, and I'm going to use just a pencil brush so that I can blend out that paint pot. And so it's not like super like hard to blend out the actual product when I put on there. And what do I want to do? I could do quite a few things. I could do the lime green in the corner. I could also do the yellow, which I've already been proven is not the best yellow. I also could do a really nice bold orange. I think I'm gonna do, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just go with the easy one, and I'm just gonna do the lime green. And it's not as brightening as I think I want. So on top of that, I'm actually going to put C1, which is like a duochrome orangey greeny shade, which is actually the shade that I have cutting my crease. All right, so I am just going to add on the rest of my eye products. I'm going to put my mascara on, stuff like that, and then I'll come back, finish thoughts, and just kind of wrap up my update for what happened in the month of March. Alrighty, so this is the finished look, and I think I am enjoying every last product that I put on my face. Let's round through the new stuff, and I'll also talk a little bit about the ABH palette. So I didn't actually use as much new stuff as I thought I was going to. As for the Becca powder, I think once it warmed up on my skin, it looks really nice. It does not look as stark as it did, especially adding that blush really helped. So I think I will continue to use this not only under my eye, but also to set my lower foundation and then like my full forehead, this blush is life right now. I will definitely be putting this in my top drawer and I will be using this a lot. Previously I was using the Tower 28 cream blush. I don't know where it is. I probably put it away. I do enjoy that, but this gives me more actual color. That one just gives me more sheen, and it's a little too dewy for what I want right now. I really want a cream blush that's matte, so I'm really enjoying this. The Danessa Myricks contour in deep 1, I think it's nice. I definitely think I might have wanted to go one shade deeper to really give me some depth and really give me a little something something, but I like this to be kind of a natural finish, so there's definitely going to be a place for this in my cream rotation, and I definitely will be getting some use out of this. I also used, there we go, the Wayne Gloss bronzer duo. I don't know if this is going to be a favorite, guys. I definitely am going to keep working on this, and I will be doing a review fully during a bronzer week, probably later on in the month of May, right before June. But this is not really hitting all the marks that I personally like in my bronzer. And then the last kind of thing that I think I should talk to you guys about today is this ABH palette. I actually enjoyed it today. I think it definitely depends on the type of primer, because previously when I was using different primers, I just really wasn't liking the formulation, but I actually enjoyed it today. So I'm happy I gave it another shot, and it'll go right back into my collection and I will use it again later on. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, all people matter. Black lives, Asian lives, Hispanic lives, immigrant lives, they all matter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this wrap up was very helpful. Like I said, there wasn't all that much, but those key few things between COVID, my car, and then work, it just really took a lot out of me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.